Time now for Football Friday Night, powered by WCTV.tv.
A title defense the hard way. Valwood looking for its second straight GIAA state championship and looking to avenge the Deerfield-Windsor team that beat them back in October. Welcome into your Football Friday Night. I'm Ryan, that's Alison. Taylor standing by. We don't have a lot of time, but boy, this was a big high-stakes game tonight.
It was a big high-stakes game tonight, and a lot of big high-stakes games really across Florida and Georgia, but this one definitely the biggest because a trophy was on the line.
Absolutely. Let's head out to Statesboro, Georgia. That's where Taylor Biles is standing by. Taylor, we heard about it going in all week. This was a banged-up Valwood team, just kind of happy to be there. But, of course, once you get there, you play aggressive and you want to win the game.
Yeah, don't forget their starting freshman QB Asher Wells, and it is a cold one here tonight. We were in the mid-40s all game. Well, each football season, teams begin with one goal in mind. That's getting to the championship game, and once you get there, it's taking home the hardware. Now, as you said, the Valwood Valiants looking to win back-to-back state titles. Let's get right into these highlights because there are a lot of them. Valwood taking on Deerfield-Windsor. The Knights come in with an identical 9-3 record. The Vikings blown out in their only meeting this season. A slow start offensively for both sides. First quarter, Valiant's freshman QB Asher Wells keeps it himself. He makes progress, but the ball pops out. Knights recover and capitalize. Early second quarter, Lane Seals finds David Hutchins at the goal line. Deerfield-Windsor strikes first. It's 7-0. Knights look for another, but Valiants come up with a takeaway. Andrew Belcher, the clutch pick. Valwood drives down the field and scores on this doozy of an option play. Wells fakes the run, pitches to Court Curry. The junior does the rest to reach the end zone. Game tied at 7, heading to halftime. The Valiants take the lead right at the start of the second half and go for 2. Tristan White pummels the ball across the goal line. It's 15-7, but that's where the good times end for Valwood. Deerfield-Windsor drives down the field and scores a nice touchdown pass there to Hutchins. Valwood can't do anything on offense, and once again, the strong arm of Lane Seals finds the end zone. Jake Hatcher with that grab. One last try for Valwood, but the pass is wobbly and intercepted by Ben Everett. Valwood's quest to go back-to-back ends in the championship game. They fall to Deerfield-Windsor 19-15. This game did not end peacefully as the teams scrum at the final whistle. Valwood heading straight to the locker room after that. Let's hear from head coach Brad Wells. All right, Coach, tough loss tonight. What are your initial thoughts?
Just extremely disappointing for those young men in there. I mean, they poured so much into this season and overcome so much. They've had chance after chance after chance to quit, and we're in this game until the very last play. And so disappointed just seeing those tears in there, but made sure that I let them know that no matter the outcome of this game, I mean, I couldn't be more proud of what they've done this season and the way they've continued to grind. And so many life lessons can be learned from this season, and you know, you're together for 6 months, and you just develop those feelings, and just love those kids so much, and just hate that it ended the way it did.
You guys defended your state title from last year all the way into almost the final whistle. What do you think went wrong in this game?
Thought we didn't play well offensively. We turned the ball over. Those, you know, when we had the injuries, we talked about we've got to play good defense. We've got to be able to run the football, and we've got to take care of the ball. And tonight we really struggled getting the run going. I know we turned the ball over multiple times. Defensively, I thought they played extremely well. Coach Evans did a great job. I mean, these guys had a lot of success against us the last time we played, and I thought defense played well enough for us to win. This one won't be the end for us. You know, we talked about it, trying to build a standard in our program, and if I know anything about those guys and their character, they're gonna come ready to work starting Monday, or I guess we're out of school next week, but starting the following Monday, and we're gonna work hard to get this program back here next year and get back on top.
Yeah, guys, tough loss, and as Coach Wells was saying, it's really those self-inflicted errors that did it for them. Several turnovers, tough way for the Valiant season to end, but as he said, they'll be back next year.
Absolutely they will, Taylor. Locked, loaded, and ready to go. Thank you so much for your reporting out there in Statesboro tonight. Not the way Valwood wanted it to end, but hey, still an unbelievable season. And we've got an unbelievable night planned for you here on Football Friday Night, including some local teams squaring off like a rematch between Florida High and Gadsden County. Come on back. It's Football Friday Night. For the banner nomination for hand-to-hand
kids.
primary school who decorated all those cowbells and jugs and all that good stuff for Thomas County Central as they headed up to Rome tonight. They were victorious 35-7. We don't have those highlights for you, but we have plenty here for you. So welcome back to your Football Friday night. What do you say we just get right to this?
Let's get right into it. A rematch of a game played last month. Gadsden County, the top team in 2A in the state of Florida, hosting Florida High. And this one all Jags tonight, guys. Up 35-3 at the half, third quarter. Running the ball, Tristan Davis finds the gap, finds some green. He's taken down deep in Florida High territory, and I was almost knocked out by the ref there. Same drive, 4th and forever, thanks to penalties. No problem. Landon Doherty to Kimari on battles. It's 42-3 Jags, and they would win big tonight, 42-11. They will host Bowls next week.
All right, Boot Hill's where we're going. Blountstown facing Madison County after their big win over Osceola Christian. This one was 29-6 Madison at the half. The Cowboys didn't let off the gas. This was after a muff punt. Ryshard Miller, reservations for 6. 35-6 Madison here. Take a look at your final score. The Boot Hill Bullies dominating in this one, 43-6.
All right, the Hog Pen hoping to make Collins Hill tonight like a hog as Colquitt hosted the Eagles. Visitors on the march here early on. Elijah Patillo finds making a tough grab through a Packer to move the sticks for Collins Hill. Later on, the Eagles strike first as Bryce Toomer skies to bring that one down. Road team up 7-0 in the first quarter, but the Pack roared back and got a little good fortune here. A sure INT gets bobbled in the air. Ramsey Dennis somehow comes away with it to give Colquitt a big game. Tough night, though, at the Hog Pen, folks. Colquitt loses 28-14. They finish the year 8-4.
All right, how about Valdosta on the road taking on Carrollton? At Cat fans, we will save you a lot of trouble here. We will blow past this one because Juju Lewis, A.J. McNeil, a lot more where that came from. Unfortunately, the Wildcat season is at an end, 49-13.
All right, Lowndes got a tough road trip to round 2 matchup as well at Buford County, ranked top 15 in the country, folks. Vikings started slow down 14-0 here in the second. The dynamic duo of QBs finally got things going. Jace Johnson hits Jalen Carter for 38 yards. And Lowndes, like I said, not their night. 42-7, the final to Buford. Good season, though, by Lowndes. Coach Carter.
Very good season there. All right, Capital City, 2 public schools still alive entering the night. Godby and Lincoln. Let's start up at Childs. That's where the Godby Cougars were playing, hosting Bishop Kenny out of Jacksonville. Crusaders going to get the ball here to start and look into pass, but this one's going to be deflected. Hello.
Right
what a way
there.
to start the game for Godby. Cougars getting the ball around midfield. Could the offense capitalize? Well, here's a deep shot downfield, and what a catch!
Wow.
Yeah, it's the other team catching it. It went about that way. However, later in the first, visitors strike blood. Godby defender falls. James Davis, the third, reels it in. 7-0 Crusaders. Godby was up 5 entering the fourth, but BK comes back to win this with 36-26.
All right, Lincoln at Gene Cox hosting Fleming Island tonight. 9-2 on the year, entering tonight's regional semifinal. And Ryan, how's this for a start? The opening kick. Cabron Paul fields it, slips 1 tackle, 2 tackles. He's gone. Paul taking this one almost 100 yards for the touchdown. And the Trojans take the early 6-0 lead over the Golden Eagles, and they were not done. The ensuing kick, an onside kick, which Lincoln recovers. They'd score soon after. Christian Sims, Tadarius Huggins, 13-0 Trojans, and Lincoln goes on to win this one 16-13. Fleming Island did fight back in the end, but they hold on for the dub.
Headed to Knightsville next week. All right, in Jacksonville, maybe the game of the night. Maclay at Trinity Christian. First half of defensive battle. Trinity finally getting on the board. 3 minutes left in the half. That's pick Zara finding David Wright. Good things for Big Blue because Evan may have not been there. Anyway, George Grant, 3rd and goal, calling his own number, pushes the pile. They give him 6, and we're all tied up. That is until the final offensive play of the half. Trinity moving downfield. Terrell Dallas finds Wright. Conqueror score. Maclay had a 21-14 lead at one point, but it is TCA who comes away victorious.
Tough loss.
21.
All right, still in Jacksonville. Wakulla was at Rains tonight, and this one not going good. Gutting out of hand early. Vikings. TJ Cole fakes the handoff, throws deep to Adron Walker, the first touchdown of the game, and there'd be a lot more touchdowns scored. 63-7, the final. Wakulla's season is over.
All right, points were at a premium tonight in Quitman. Miller County visiting the Brooks County Trojans. This was 3-3 late in the first half, and defense like this from Stanley Shepard Buford. A big reason why. Neither defense giving much in this one. Junior Burris, however, we know how talented he is, says, let's get this thing going, boys, because he's going to be back to pass. He's going to heave this one deep, and he finds his favorite target, George Lamont Jr., but the drive doesn't come away with any points. Take a look at your final, 12-10. They're hosting Jenkins County next week.
All right. In Thomasville, the Bulldog statue always with the best view in the house. Dogs hosting Temple tonight. Second quarter, home team up 11. This Temple punt doesn't go well, partially blocked. Bulldogs getting some great field position, and they wouldn't waste any time. Cam Hill rolling out. He finds A.J. Hill with the easy catch in the end zone. Cue the light show. Thomasville up 21-3. We had a lot of blowouts against us. How about a blowout for us? Dogs whooping up on the Tigers 42-10. They hit the road next week to face Dublin.
All right, let's go to the little board and take a look at some other big scores. Thomas County Central winners tonight 35-7. Irwin
Blow the horns.
Clinch 28-6. Lincoln unfortunately knocks off Mitchell 49-7. Come on back right after this. Back to football now. 11,000 plays plus for Play of the Week. We're going to say goodbye to 3 of them right now. That includes St. John Paul II's Caden Collier for the Panthers.
This was such a good catch.
Awesome catch here in the back of the end zone, and their big win against Maclay in the regular season.
All right, Gadsden County's Tristan Davis. Kickoff return to the house. Saying goodbye. He's going back home. They won, though, tonight, so that's good.
Yeah.
This other play,
and
they did not.
Over Florida High. Gabe Miley, great stuff from him here. Unfortunately, that pick 6, however, is the end of the road. That's going to do it for us here on Football Friday Night. Make sure you're voting for Play of the Week next week. Costa Papers. We'll see you later. Colbert's up next.